Alright guys, so obviously we've just had the release of Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 5 and this thing has sold like crazy. It's absolutely insane. But first I just want to say I do daily live stream on my Twitch, so please do come follow me there. The link is in the description below, so do come check it out because we have a good time there streaming, and it'd be awesome if you guys joined and came and followed and supported that stream as well. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today, talking about Spider-Man, the Spider-Man 2 sales have actually just surpassed 2.5 million copies, which leaves it to be the fastest selling PlayStation game or PlayStation Studios game ever. So let's just have a little read through this, and then we're going to have a little talk about it because this is a huge goal for Sony, or a huge milestone at least for Sony. So Insomniac Games holds itself to incredibly high standards when it comes to delivering engaging and innovating gameplay experiences. That's just absolutely true. Like, there's not been a game that they've released that hasn't been quality, and I can't see that changing going forward. They seem very particular about making sure their game is absolutely just perfect. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is Insomniac Games' third installment in the franchise, obviously following on from Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Built from the ground up to take advantage of the unique features of PlayStation 5, the goal was to massively build off of the action storyline and features from the first two games, with an epic storyline, two playable superheroes, a visually stunning Marvel's New York, and so much more. This is a game you can get lost in for hours, and I have done myself over this past weekend. So that's absolutely insane. So this is on behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment. I want to say thank you for the fans. We truly hope you're enjoying your time playing as Peter Parker and Miles in the amazing adventure. So obviously, here we go. Here's the PlayStation post. So, great news, Spidey fans. Marvel Spider-Man 2 PS5 has sold more than 2.5 million copies in the first 24 hours. Thanks for making this a high-flying launch. That is absolutely insane sales numbers. So here I think we're gonna have a little talk about other IPs that they've announced and released, because obviously it's saying 2.5 million copies, but obviously we're still very early on in the sales, right? It's still a brand new title. So as covered earlier today, Spider-Man 2 topped the UK sales charts for last week based on being on sale for only 1 day, becoming the fourth biggest launch of this year, only behind Tears of the Kingdom, EA Sports FC, and Hogwarts Legacy. EA Sports is always dominating. Tears of the Kingdom is just those Nintendo games just move numbers, man. It's absolutely insane. And Hogwarts Legacy did very well. A new IP. Now, the thing that I noticed about Hogwarts Legacy is you had all sorts of people playing this game. Like, I had people that don't play games, just outright don't play games, bought this on Steam to play it on their crappy laptops that they've got, hoping they were able to run it and just play the game. A lot of them weren't able to run it because they just don't play games. They just, didn't. And then they had the same group of people who do play games on a regular basis, like me and then my other group of friends, who everyone bought this game. Like, literally just everybody purchased this game, and obviously that's done very well. So although physical sales in the UK are less than 2018 Spider-Man, it should be noted that digital sales aren't included in these sales numbers. As such, launch day Spider-Man 2 sales will likely have surpassed those of its predecessor. So several weeks after the launch of God of War Ragnarok, Sony reported that Ragnarok sales surpassed 5.1 million copies globally, then becoming the fastest selling first-party launch game in PlayStation history. Of course, God of War Ragnarok was released on both PS5 and PS4 as a cross-gen title, as Spider-Man is a PS5 exclusive. Now, Spider-Man's obviously surpassed 2.5 million copies in just 1 day, and God of War Ragnarok did 5.1, over the course of a few weeks. So I think it's clear to say that Spider-Man is going to absolutely dominate that. So it's absolutely insane what Spider-Man is doing. It's just crazy that they've managed to sell this many. And this is, bear in mind, as I just said in the article, this is only on PlayStation 5. Like, there are still millions of people out there who either haven't had chance to get one, can't afford one just yet, or are just waiting to upgrade it in the holiday, getting it for Christmas or whatever. So there's going to be a massive influx of sales for this game going through into the holiday season as well. But even over the next couple of weeks, there's still people picking this game up, which is just crazy. So it's really cool to see the support on this game for a game that's a sequel as well. Sometimes the sequels just don't tend to sell as well, but I mean, with PlayStation it seems to be the opposite of that. But most other types of games who aren't released by PlayStation, the sequels never tend to sell as well, but this one is just dominating, and it kind of just shows the power that PlayStation has in this industry with the titles they have. But to put this to talk about something from a different angle for a second, I really hope that Insomniac isn't becoming the kind of Marvel developer with obviously all the superhero kind of developer, because obviously they're doing a lot of Spider-Man stuff and they're going to be doing Wolverine. I hope they kind of get given their own IP at some point to do something that's unique, like they did with Xbox and Sunset Overdrive. They obviously were the creators of that game. I kind of hope we get to see something different from Insomniac and they're not just constantly put on these projects of the same games. Like, we don't want, well, I like Ratchet and Clank, but do I want to see just more and more Ratchet and Clank from Insomniac? Do I want to see more and more Spider-Man? Do I want to see Wolverine? I mean, Wolverine I am excited for. I kind of hope they go against what they've done with Spider-Man, where they go really gruesome and a lot more kind of dark, because it's a, you know, he has knives for flipping claws. Like, we need gruesome in that game. It needs to be really, really gruesome and really, really, really good. So I hope they kind of go that route with it, because I don't know, I just feel like maybe they're gonna play it a little bit safe and go like the Spider-Man route, where it's dark, but it's kind of, well, the second game's a little bit darker, but it's still safe in terms of not being an 18, for example. And I kind of like to see that, but then they would be limiting their audience, which I don't think they're going to want to do. But then after Wolverine, I kind of like to see Insomniac do their own thing. Let them do their own idea. A bit like what Xbox does with their developers. They kind of say, go and do your thing, and, you know, we'll judge what we think of it. I mean, to be honest, with that, we got Redfall, but we don't want to talk about that. Insomniac are an extremely good developer, and I'd like to hope that they would come up with something really good just by themselves, because they're a fantastic team. They work well as a team, and I'd like to see what they can create that isn't set within the boundaries, because obviously they have to still answer to Disney for Spider-Man. They can't do anything that's, like, you know, massively blown out of proportion, because Disney would be like, what the hell are you doing? You're not having this IP anymore. So they have to be careful. Same with Wolverine, I'd imagine. I don't know if it's exactly the same, but they're going to have to be a little bit careful. So I just kind of like to see Insomniac do their own thing and, you know, take control of their own project and see what they can come up with that isn't related to an existing IP. So I would definitely like to see that. But anyway, this is impressive. Basic sales figures. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Leave a like as well and subscribe, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.